Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the June 15th, 2020 school board meeting to order. Would you please stand to salute the flag?
Good evening, Lacey Township. Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a good evening.
Adequate notice of this meeting was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon on January 16th, 2020, and as amended on May 14th, 2020, and by posting the notice in the Forked River Post Office and the Lenoka Harbor Post Office, the Ocean County Library, Lacey Branch, and by filing a copy of the notices with the Lacey Township Clerk as required by the Open Public Meetings Act. Mr. DeGeorge, roll call for attendance, please.
Certainly. Mr. Scanlon.
Here.
Mr. Peters.
Present.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Present.
Mr. Polino.
May be late, Mr. DeGeorge.
Yes, ma'am. Mrs. DeSenza.
Here.
Mr. Riggs.
Here.
Mrs. Downing.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move into public session. This is for agenda items only. Mr. Jeremy Merman will facilitate the process for you to participate. Mr. Merman?
At this time, we will be accepting public comment on agenda items only. Any other public comment must wait until the next public comment portion of this meeting. The time limit for public comment is 5 minutes per speaker. You will be allowed to speak a second time when everyone else has completed their comments, should you choose to do so. Anyone who would like to comment at this time is instructed to virtually raise your hand by hovering your mouse over the Zoom view screen and finding the raise your hand button in the bottom of your Zoom app. If you are calling via telephone, you can raise your hand by dialing *9. You will be called to unmute your microphone and speak in turn. Okay, Mrs. Downing, seeing none.
None. Okay, thank you. Let's move on. Do any board members have any comments or questions they have at this time?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
wondering if we could get our agendas on Thursdays again, because I had to spend Saturday inside reading all the items on the agenda because it was so voluminous. So I'm asking if we could get it a day earlier and have Thursday and Friday to look at it before Saturday and Sunday, because all of us have weekend family commitments. If it's all possible to have it on Thursdays, I'd appreciate it.
Right.
Okay.
So we will try. We actually tried to do it this Thursday, but it was voluminous, and so we weren't
Right.
quite ready, but we will do our best.
It was a lot to read. It really was. And I wanted to be outside and I couldn't.
Anything else, Mrs. DeSenza?
Well, the corrections to attachment B10 worked out pretty good. And I think that's it for now. I don't see anything else.
Anyone else have anything?
Yes, I would also like to get the agenda earlier if possible. There was a lot to digest in 2 days,
Yep.
if possible.
Okay. Mr. Scanlon, I saw you move forward. You have to unmute.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I was wondering, is this the appropriate time to discuss the possibility of removing an agenda item? I understand that in order for me to request that, I need to have 4 votes.
You mean you want to table something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want something tabled to July.
Okay, so when we go into the meeting and we get to that item, you can ask for it to be tabled, and then we'll take a vote on
Okay.
it.
All right.
So what item is that so I can look it over? Is that the one with the attorneys, Ed?
Yes, the items 61 and 62, which are the labor and special ed attorneys, because I feel that they basically go in conjunction with the attorney search that we're doing, if that's the proper word. And I think we should make our decision for all attorneys at the same time.
So you're talking items 61.
And 62.
On the revised agenda, 61, 62.
Okay, so when
On
we,
the agenda that was delivered to you, it's 62 and 63, but an item was removed.
okay, so when we do the regular meeting, you'll ask for it to be tabled,
Okay, very good.
okay?
Yep.
Anyone else?
Yeah, so it's probably a good time to talk about, that ride on, since it's on the agenda, that ride on groomer for the baseball fields and for the softball fields.
The little one.
So I got the, I don't know if you saw it, Skip, and if you saw it, Ed, but Patrick sent us an email on June 3rd, reference this groomer. And so what they're looking to do, unless I'm wrong here, is replace the old one. The old one's 18 years old. It does more than just groom the fields, because we had originally said, why don't we just do a chain link fence and drag it around behind? Apparently the one they have tills the field too, and then smooths it out over top. That was it. Mr. George, you have anything to add to this? Because I know it's going to come up later on. So
No, sir, I think you covered it very well, replacing one with a new one.
That's the Toro Sand model
yeah,
3040.
yep, the sand, whatever. Yeah, I
The
don't have
riding
it in front
groomer?
of me. Can't find it, but yes, that's it.
It's on the top of page 9.
Oh, all right, I went too far. Hold on, you cut back. All right.
Account number 1200261-730-1-0000.
Oh, I see. You lumped them all together. Yeah. Yeah, the Toro Pro Sand 3040 mechanical riding groomer, 2-year limited warranty.
So
How
I don't know anything about this. So it says cost not to exceed 19,000 and the cost is 63,000?
That's
Yeah,
for
because
two
Donna,
other
if
ones.
you go to page 8, there's other items there also.
Could, Mr. George, could you explain that so Mrs.
Yeah.
McAvoy understands?
Sure. As you know, we have decided and hope to continue to perform all of the grounds work within district with district staff, as opposed to privatizing that function. So we've had these 3 pieces of equipment for anywhere between 18 and 20 plus years. It is time, actually it's past time. If you look at the useful life of and expectancy of these particular pieces of equipment, we have the opportunity, as I mentioned in weekend notes, to take advantage of the opportunity to replace them with new equipment, so that we can continue to provide our district staff with the tools they need to keep the process in-house.
All right. May I ask our facilities committee what they feel about that?
Can I
About
comment on
this-
that, Donna? I'd like
What's
to
that?
comment on that. So what it is, it's a Ryby, if you look at the total, Donna, from page 8 to page 9, it was a total of $63,000 for 3 different pieces of equipment.
Correct.
So during the facilities meeting, Mr. Scanlon, Mr. Riggs, and myself questioned Mr. DeGeorge on the last item, which is the top of page 9, which is the mechanical riding groomer. And what that's used for is for grooming the softball fields and the baseball fields. Correct, Mr. DeGeorge?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
So we thought, we were under the assumption that it was just for leveling the fields out. And Mr. Scanlon, Mr. Riggs, and myself said, you know what, we don't want to purchase this machine. Let's go old school. To grade the fields, you could just drag a fence behind it, not realizing, Mr. DeGeorge clarified for us, that it's not only a machine that levels the fields, the 3 fields, it's also a machine that rototills the fields and levels them out and smooths them out that way.
Gotcha.
So when our athletes are out there, the fields are smooth and it's less of a chance of someone getting hurt.
Gotcha.
And he gave us it's from 2002, I believe, correct, Mr. George?
2002, right, Patrick?
Yes, that particular piece of equipment is 2002. It is.
And how many hours were on that machine? Was it 20,000 hours or something?
Yeah, it was on the
It's
email.
it's just about double what it should be. I
Right.
don't recall the number. I can get
Right.
that for you, but it's certainly it served us well for 18 years, I would say.
So at first we all discussed it and said no, and then once we found out it wasn't just a groomer, that it was also a rototill machine that turns the soil and makes everything smooth, we said yes. Well, at least I did say yes. Would
Okay.
you agree, Mr. Riggs, Mr. Polino, or Mr. Scanlon?
Yes, I'm on board with it. As long, it's going to be used across all the schools, correct, too. It's not just at the high school or something. So we're getting 6, the district-wide out of it. And yeah, after the explanation of what it actually is, I mean, we don't mind going with the fence, too, I guess, to top groom it. But I guess this is a better job of, rolling with
All right.
it.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Any other questions on that?
And
Not
the
on
money,
that.
the money that is paying for this is coming from the excess that we have, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Specifically, the money, yes, ma'am, the money that we did not wind up spending because we were closed. So there was opportunity presented itself, and
And this money cannot be used for curriculum or staff.
absolutely not.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
that question.
I found
Any
something else.
go ahead.
I found something else I highlighted on page 10. I'm not sure if this is a typo or not, but the prescription price for 2 adults and family is reading at a very high price, and the single's $273. So I was wondering why 2 adults aren't like $500 or $600 instead of $800 like the family. Is that a typo?
It is not a typo.
That is really the price?
Yes, ma'am. That has been the price
All right,
all year. Yes, it is correct.
$836 for
Yes,
both
ma'am.
categories.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just wanted to make sure that was correct.
It is. Yes.
Right. Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, we will move into private session on another platform. So could I have a motion to go into private session, please?
Move.
Motion,
Yes.
second.
Ooh, can I read the resolution, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Sure. So be it resolved that a private session be convened for the purpose of discussing confidential student matters, specifically harassment, intimidation, and bullying cases, confidential personnel matters, specifically the annual evaluation of the superintendent of schools, and confidential legal matters, the current caseload. The subject matter of these discussions will be disclosed to the public when the reason for confidentiality subsides. The length of the private session is estimated to be 45 minutes, after which the board shall reconvene and proceed with business. Action may be taken. And could you please just remind me of the motion?
What was that, Pat?
Who made the motion?
I did.
And I'll
And,
second.
Okay, great. Thank
Second.
you very much.
Okay, all in favor and going into private session?
Aye.
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 Okay. We'll be back at approximately 7 o'clock. Thank you. Okay, good evening, everyone. Sorry for the delay. We had a very lengthy private session. So I want to welcome everyone to the June 15th meeting of the Lacey School Board. There are no student representative comments tonight, so I'm going to turn the meeting over to Dr. Clark at this time. Dr. Clark?
Thank you, President Downing. And I am going to repeat you by saying welcome to the June board meeting. And once again, I want to thank our IT department for assisting us in preparations for, I believe, our 4th remote meeting. And I don't know, we're making some progress. Perhaps it will be our last. Maybe for July, we'll be able to meet in person, but we'll see. So I wanted to start by congratulating everybody, Mr. Merman, Mr. Brandis, Mr. Angelo, and Mr. Dowd for all of their hard work in getting us the Lacey Township High School virtual certification of the class of 2020. And we're choosing our words very wisely because that is, in fact, what it was. So I hope everybody had the opportunity to watch it. Like many high schools across the country, we put together a virtual program to recognize our seniors and their accomplishments, and we are indeed proud of the class of 2020. So we now pivot our attention to planning the actual graduation ceremony that will take place on Friday, July 10th, if the weather holds, with a rain date of Saturday, July 11th. So be on the lookout for details. And I also hope you had the opportunity to view the night with the Pride of Lacey, and that was our scholarship and awards program. So congratulations to all of our award recipients, to all of our scholarship recipients, and to the seniors who received nearly $1 million in scholarships from colleges and universities, and they were awarded over $250,000 in local scholarships. And we know that that would not be possible without the generosity of our community and the donors. So thank you for that. And then to keep on the conversation of ceremonies, likewise, we will have the opportunity to celebrate our 8th graders on July 13th. We are still planning that event, so I'm going to ask our parents and our community to be on the lookout for those details as well. But I do want to invite our 8th graders, their families, and the entire school community to tune in to watch the middle school virtual promotion ceremony. That's going to take place this coming Wednesday at 6:00 p.m., where we can celebrate the class of 2020, our 8th grade class of 2020, who will become Lacey Township High School's class of 2024. So that's this Wednesday, June 17th at 6:00 p.m., and that will be available on our YouTube channel where you found the other videos. All right, and with that, we are going to transition to Mr. Brandis to talk to us a little bit about our June Seniors of the Month, and we're also at the end going to include our unsung hero.
Good evening. I'm Greg Brandis, principal of Lacey Township High School, and we're here to celebrate June's Seniors of the Month. But first, I'd like to congratulate Laura DeAngelis. We're going to take a moment now and watch a video of her accomplishments.
Hi, I'm Laura DeAngelis, and I'm super excited to be the Senior of the Month for the month of June.
Congratulations, Laura, on earning Senior of the Month. I am so happy to see you being recognized for all the amazing things you have accomplished.
Congratulations to Laura DeAngelis for winning the June Senior of the Month.
Hi, Laura. Congratulations on being named Senior of the Month for June.
Throughout my high school career, I challenged myself academically by taking almost all honors classes, and by my senior year, I was in an AP art class, which was a little bit difficult, but a lot of fun overall.
Laura, you are a fantastic student. You have always strived to be the best that you can be in the art room. You are tremendously talented and creative, and you do everything with a smile on your face. Couldn't ask for a better student.
Some activities I participate in outside of school are karate. I've been doing karate since I was in kindergarten, and I am currently a 2nd degree purple belt. I also participate a lot in my church youth ministry, where we go on trips and spread God's word to people, which is really awesome. Inside of school, though, I'm in the art club. I was the president of the art club this year. I'm also on the blood drive committee for NHS. But I spend most of my extracurricular time for school within the band room. I play trumpet in the jazz band, where I'm a soloist. I play trumpet in marching band. Last year I was a trumpet section leader, and this year I had the honor of being the horn sergeant. I'm also in concert band, where I'm the section leader for the trumpets. And when I'm not doing all of that with the high school, I'm helping out in the middle school and Mill Pond bands, playing trumpet with them.
Your work ethic and your drive to always do your absolute best truly sets you apart, Laura. You have never shown a willingness to settle and say something is good enough. Instead, What you do is you're always finding ways to improve and push your own boundaries, and it's led you to accomplish so many great things.
In the 3 years you've been my student, it has been a pleasure to teach someone and have someone like you in the band program at Lacey Township High School with the drive, positive personality, determination, pride, and the mindset of seeing what you want and doing everything you need to do to go and get it and be successful at it. Also, your willingness to help others and your great leadership skills.
I would say most of my favorite memories were made on the football field during marching band practices and performances. There's nothing like the feeling that you get when you're under the lights at a Friday night football game and marching your show. That's just the best feeling ever.
Laura has some highlighted memories from me that she has achieved in her time in the art room. One of them being that she participated and won in the Ocean County Teen Arts Festival and advanced into State's Teen Art Festival, and also participated in that for 2 years.
It is so hard to pick a favorite memory from the high school or from Mill Pond. I've known you for 7 years. It could have been the tissues that gave me an allergic reaction on the Six Flags trip for jazz band. It could have been the many mysterious origami swans that kept turning up in the band room at the end of your freshman year, only to have you reveal on the last day of school that it was you all along making those. I still have them all. But probably my favorite memory is your kindness, your dedication to the band and to the arts, and your infectiously positive and outgoing attitude. It's led you to accomplish so much, Laura. Select choir in 6th grade, jazz band in middle school and high school, your induction into the National Honor Society, winning the school film festival twice in a row, you're the reigning champ, and, of course, I can't forget, a Golden Paw Award for jazz band in your freshman year. And let me tell you, I am so proud that I was able to award that to you because nobody deserved that more than you.
In the fall, I'll be attending the Savannah College of Art and Design, and I'm planning on majoring in something around illustration or animation, and I'm so excited to see where that takes me.
It has been great to watch you grow as a musician over the past 3 years, and I'm very proud of you and all of your accomplishments. Once again, congratulations on being named Senior of the Month, and I look forward to hearing and reading all about your future successes.
Laura, I wish you the best of luck at SCAD. I cannot wait to see all the really cool things that you get to do in your career and your life in the future. Good luck with everything, and congratulations again on being LTHS June's Senior of the Month.
Congratulations again, Laura, for earning Senior of the Month for June 2020. I am so proud of you for this and for everything that you have accomplished. Congratulations.
Next, I'd like to congratulate Kian Gonzalez. Congratulations, Kian. We're now going to watch a video of his accomplishments.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kian Gonzalez, and I won June Senior of the Month.
Kian, congratulations on getting Senior of the Month. Very deserving.
Hi, Kian. Congratulations on your award.
Kian, congratulations on being selected as Senior of the Month for the month of June. This is an incredible way for you to end your LTHS career. Congratulations.
Throughout my high school career, on the academic side, I realized how much more my grades got to be up to play soccer in college. So in the classroom, I buckled down and got the good grades I needed to go where I wanted.
You're an excellent student, well-deserved. Enjoy summer in England.
So there are so many things that I can recall over the years that I've really enjoyed about you. It's your good nature, your empathy, and your enthusiasm, and your academic excellence, and your ability to just make everyone smile. And I also enjoyed the fact that even though I didn't have you in class this past year, you would still come by, you would still say hello, fill me in on everything that's going on, and it was always just a delight, and that means so much that you would still come by and see me, and I appreciate it.
In and outside of school, the activities that I'm usually doing are always revolving around sports. In school, I'm playing soccer and lacrosse for the high school, outside, I'm playing soccer in Medford. And if I'm not playing sports, I'm hanging out with my friends or my family.
Kian's been a starter on our varsity soccer team for the past 3 years. He's a fantastic leader. This past year, he was captain of the team. He is someone who all the young guys look up to. They go to for advice, and he's just a fantastic person to have in our program.
My favorite memory from high school, I have a ton of love hanging out with all my friends, but if I had to pick a moment from school, and also hand in hand with the next question, what I miss most, the battle of the classes. Battle of the classes were my favorite parts of high school.
When I think of Kian, I always think of his infectious smile. When things are going bad, he lifts everybody's spirits. Things are going good. He's just always there to support his teammates, always there to support his friends. Just a fantastic person.
One of the memories that I have, of many, are when you came to me so excited the year I had you in class because you were off to Lithuania to play soccer. What an incredible experience. And probably daunting because you were going over there by yourself, but you embraced it, you were adventurous, and you went for it. And what a life experience to carry with you. And I know that that attitude will stay with you not only through college, but throughout life. And I know that your soccer career in college will be as incredible as you are. And I wish you all the best, simply because you deserve it.
I'm going to go to college in England at Northumbria University and play soccer, partnered with the Eye to Eye International Soccer Academy.
Congratulations, Kian.
Congratulations again. Bye. Adios, mi amigo.
So once again, Kian, congratulations on becoming June's Senior of the Month. Well deserved. And it's an understatement to say that I'll miss you. Please stay in touch.
And finally, we'd like to congratulate the Vocational Senior of the Month, Jazia Vera. Congratulations, Jazia. We do not have a video of her accomplishments, but we would like to celebrate them as well. Congratulations to all of June's Seniors of the Month.
All right, congratulations to our Seniors of the Month. And this is Rylan Messina. Rylan is June's unsung hero. So let me tell you a little bit about Rylan. Rylan is perfect for this title due to the many great attributes he has. Rylan would be described by his peers as extremely kind, hardworking, and always ready to lend a helping hand. Rylan always strives to complete his work to the best of his ability and always challenges himself through enrolling in the STEM program. Outside of the classroom, Rylan is involved in Interact, ADA, Physics Club, and enjoys playing for the school baseball team in the spring. He also participates in the Leader in Training program in the Lacey Township Parks during the summer, showcasing how he has become a leader in and out of LTHS. It is for these reasons Rylan Messina has been selected for the June Unsung Hero Award. Very deserving, Ryan. We are so proud of you. All right, so we have a few more presentations for you. The next one that we have was actually kind of fun to record. Unfortunately, this is a recognition that takes place during what we call the annual Student Recognition Breakfast. And it is sponsored by the Ocean County Association of School Administrators, also known as OCASA, and the Mayor's Association. And our two students are that were recognized, that would have been recognized at the Student Recognition Breakfast, is our valedictorian, Megan Dennehy, and our salutatorian, Jenna Striffler. So because we couldn't do the Student Recognition Breakfast, as we've done with so many things, we made a video instead.
Hello everybody, I'm Vanessa Clark, Superintendent for the Lacey Township School District, and we're here doing this program because normally this would be taking place at the Student Recognition Breakfast that was supposed to happen on May 21st. And like so many other milestones that our seniors have missed out on, they missed out on the Student Recognition Breakfast. But we could not let the opportunity pass without this recognition because we have an amazing television studio and we've done some amazing videos. So we're going to start today with the valedictorian presentation, and that goes to Madison Dennehy. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Madison. Madison is the Vice President, Executive Board of Student Government Association for her junior and senior years. She represented. Prior years, she served as the Activities Coordinator. Leadership Academy of Humanities. This academy focuses primarily on how to progress as a developing leader in our community. She has consistently worked on products, on national issues, nonprofit organizations, and so much more. She served as chair officer and historian for Navy Nation. This club fundraises in support of cancer patients along with Relay for Life while focusing on building relationships and school spirit. And of course, she was inducted into the National Honor Society in her junior year. And she served as the president for Interact Club, vice president in her junior year with a 4-year involvement in the club throughout all of your high school experience. And the club primarily focuses on helping less fortunate people in the community. So those are her school activities. So Madison, very involved in her community, youth group at Bayside Chapel in Barnegat, where she takes care of elderly individuals who have been diagnosed with scoliosis. You're an avid babysitter, right? And you're employed at Wawa as a customer associate. And I'm pretty sure you have to get to work today, don't you?
I might later on.
Yes? Okay. All right. And as far as Madison's awards, 2018 first place history student in South Jersey for the NJCSS, first student ever, Lacey Township High School in Ocean County, and the youngest recipient. So that's just amazing. 2016's president, she served in the she earned high honor roll. 2016 highest academic achievement award. 2014 to present presidential award for educational excellence. And Madison's future plans upon graduation: double major in psychology and neuroscience with a minor in law. So that's incredible. And your career plans, Madison, to my understanding, either forensic psychology or you want to serve as a family lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah. Are those still
the two.
focused on?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Brandis, is there anything else that I missed for Madison?
Madison has been a wonderful student and leader in our high school for the last 4 years, and we are just also very proud of you. So congratulations.
Thank you. All right, so Madison, on behalf of the Lacey Township School District, the Lacey Township Board of Education, Mrs. Downing is going to read to you what's on this plaque, and we're going to present this to you afterwards.
So Madison, this is the 32nd Annual Ocean County Superintendent's Roundtable plaque for Scholarship, Leadership, and Service Award. And it should have been presented to you on May 21st, 2020, but today we will give it to you. And congratulations. You make me tired just reading all the things you've been doing. So lots of luck to you. You're going into some very demanding fields, so we wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you so much.
You'll do well.
And then before I ask Mrs. Downing to share what's in the envelope, I also want to say that Madison's impressive GPA is a 4.742, and you ranked first in your class out of 264 students. So that is no small feat. Congratulations, Madison, for having earned valedictorian for Lacey Township High School for the 2019-2020 school year. Round of applause.
Thank you.
All right. And would you like to share what
Yes, we have a check in here made out to you for $1,000. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Madison.
All right, congratulations again, Madison. All right, now we're going to transition to our salutatorian, Jenna Striffler, who is also here with us. Her family is here as well, as is Madison's. So let me tell you a little bit about Jenna. So Jenna's current GPA is a 4.635, very impressive. For Jenna's school activities, she served as serving as drum major June 2018 to present, recording secretary for the National Honor Society June 2019 to present, section leader of the LTHS Marching Band 2017-2018, representative on the Lacey STEM Committee. You are a member of the LTHS Jazz Concert Band, favorite. In September 2019, you were Senior of the Month, which Jenna. Out of school activities, you serve on the, you work with the Asbury Park, the Asbury Park Press First Place Writing Award winner. You earned that from the Asbury Park Press, December 2018. And Jenna, future plans upon graduation, you plan on attending Delaware Valley University, where you will major in biology with a concentration in zoology. Is those still your plans? Fantastic. Well, on behalf of the Lacey Township Board of Education, Lacey Township High School, the Lacey Township School District, we want to congratulate you for earning the hard-earned title of salutatorian. And for you, we have
Jenna Striffler, 32nd Annual Ocean County Superintendent's Roundtable. This is the Scholarship, Leadership, and Service Award. And as I said before, it should have been given to you on May 21st, 2020. But unfortunately, we have to do it today. But we want to congratulate our heartfelt congratulations and best of luck. So the field that you're going into, zoology, is very demanding as well. And we wish you a lot of luck. It's a great college you're going to, so lots of luck and best wishes. Thank you.
And I'm going to hold this open for you, Mrs. Downing. Presented to Jenna is
$1,000.
Yes. So we will have that for you. Congratulations to Jenna. And congratulations to all of the families, because we all realize here that none of this would be possible without the full support of our family. So thank you so much for being your kids' greatest cheerleaders. We're right there behind you. All right. Okay, and then the last recognition for today is the Mayor's Association Recognition Award. Unfortunately, Mayor Kennis could not be here for us, but fortunately, Deputy Mayor Curatolo stepped up as he always does. Deputy Mayor Curatolo is going to read the certificate that is being presented to Madison.
Thank you. And full disclosure, on behalf of the Township Committee, I don't think any of us had a 4.7 or a 4.6. So it's an amazing work that you've both done, and you deserve all the good things in life, and we wish you the very best. So on behalf of the Ocean County Board of Chosen Freeholders, we congratulate both of you. Your hard work, tireless effort has brought you here today. The Ocean County Board of Chosen Freeholders joins with the Ocean County Mayors Association in congratulating you on your academic record and receipt of the scholarship. So again, congratulations. We would like to award $1,000 to Madison Dennehy for her outstanding academic progress and career.
Thank you so much.
Well deserved. Thank you.
All right, and once again, thank you to Mr. Merman for putting that video together. Another well done job. So congratulations to Madison and Jenna, our valedictorian and our salutatorian. And last but not least, I have invited Cedar Creek School Principal, Mrs. Renuska, to share some really exciting news with us. We don't have a video, but Mrs. Renuska is going to tell us about her exciting news. So are you with us, Mrs. Renuska?
I am. Thank you, Dr. Clark. So thank you for inviting me to share some good news with the community. The first one is Recycle Rally. So just a little bit of background. Cedar Creek has participated 4 years now, the third year being competition year. So a lot of people have asked about how do you do this? Why don't other schools jump in? It's not that easy. There's a lot to it. So there's a lot of involvement. Your entire staff has to be invested 100%. So you have to actually pilot the program for a year, and you have to be accepted. It's a national competition run by PepsiCo. So we have competed 3 years, and we have finished in 3rd and 4th place, respectively, the past 3 years. This year, we finished in 4th. There's a school in Texas who just nudged us out, and we won $35,000 for our school. Grand total for 3 years, we've won $84,000. So the Recycle Rally money for this year is going to go into some more air conditioning for classrooms. We have now been able to air condition 4 classrooms. We're upgrading electrical panels in the building to hold the capacity of some of the things that we've been looking to do and offset some costs for the district. We've put a rock wall on the recess field. We've purchased Chromebooks so that every classroom can have 5 per classroom that permanently stay there as a technology rotation. I'm just trying to think, outdoor games for recess. So that's a lot of what the money is going into currently. So we're very excited, very proud. The core team, though, I have to give a shout out. Marnie Zito basically runs the Recycle Rally with Mrs. Donahue and Mr. Stevens, my head custodian. We have a great team of teachers that are involved, parents. I also want to let you know that part of being in this is partnering in the community. And we've partnered with the Wawa over by Caffrey's. We've partnered with Thompson Chiropractic. Let me look at my list, I'm sorry. Jazzercise, Ralph's Italian Ice, the Boy Scouts, Retro Fitness. There's also a Blueberry Packing Company in the industrial park that we partner with for all their plastic bins. And also the high school athletic department and student government. And that's a little quid pro quo there. Quid pro quo, excuse me. We also give back though. The high school helps us out with locker rooms and battle of the classes, but in return, we've purchased tennis rackets, footballs, yoga mats, badminton equipment that we've in turn given back to the PE department at the high school. So we've purchased for them, and for student government through Recycle Rally, we've also purchased gift certificates for them to use for the battle of the classes. So the second, another award that we won this year that I'm really excited about, our PTA was recognized as a PTA School of Excellence. And through that, you can apply for some grants. So we did apply, our president, PTA, applied for a grant through the, actually COVID-19, it was community relief. And we were awarded $5,000 to Cedar Creek also for technology needs to help us with our one-to-one initiative for K-4. So with those 2 awards, I'm really pleased and proud and happy to say that we've won those things and we're excited. So thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mrs. Renoska. That is really, really great news. And we look forward to hearing about what you're going to spend the money on. So good stuff.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for joining us. All right, as I conclude my comments, I just once again wanted to congratulate Madison, Jenna, Kian, Laura, Jacia, and Rylan. And finally, though we didn't end the school year in the traditional way, I know that our teachers, our principals, and our administrators have worked tirelessly to make the last day of school as memorable as possible for all of our students. And I wish all of our students and families a relaxing and healthy summer. We hope to see you all in September. Be well, be safe. And that concludes my comments. President Downing, thank you for the opportunity to present.
Thank you, Dr. Clark. A lot of good things. Thank you very much. At this time, we're going to open the floor for public comments. Mr. Jeremy Merman will now facilitate public comment. Mr. Merman?
At this time, we will be accepting public comment. The time limit for public comment is 5 minutes per speaker. You will be allowed to speak a second time when everyone else has completed their comments, should you choose to do so. Anyone who would like to comment at this time is instructed to virtually raise your hand by hovering your mouse over the Zoom view screen and finding the raise your hand button in the bottom of your Zoom app. If you are calling via telephone, you can raise your hand by dialing *9. You will be called to unmute your microphone and speak in turn. I'm going to give it just about another 15 more seconds. We don't have anybody with their hand raised at this time. And Mrs. Downing, seeing none.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Merman. Moving on, I'm now going to ask the board, our board to make their comments, and we will also, if you have a committee report, if you could give that as well when it's your turn to speak, And we'll start with Mrs. DeSenza, please. There you go.
Thank you, Mrs. Downing. Hello, everyone. I hope we can soon have our meetings in person again. And I'm going to need to apologize in advance that I might have to miss the in-person July graduation ceremonies. But if I'm not traveling, I'll be there. On this Thursday, June 18th, my oldest son, Louis DeSenza, will graduate as an ensign from the U.S. Naval Officer Candidate School in Newport, Rhode Island, and will be leaving for Rhode Island on Wednesday. Congratulations to our Lacey High School class of 2020. We hope all the graduates go forward and make this world and country stronger and better than ever. Congratulations to the June Seniors of the Month. Lost my place, one second. Kian Gonzalez, Laura DeAngelis, and Votex Senior Jay Ciavera, and young hero Rylan Messina. And congratulations also to the 8th graders. So sorry you couldn't have the large traditional Lacey promotion ceremony as well. The pandemic has modified everything we do. There was a virtual Night of Pride, Night of Lacey Pride on YouTube for the scholarships and awards of the high school students. We're so proud of all of you and congratulations to everyone. Virtual high school commencement celebration on Friday, June 12th on YouTube was also very nicely done, and thank you to all who put it together. These are trying times, and everyone has been called to do extraordinary tech tasks. There's a very interesting bill being paid tonight on the Bills and Claims Report. For the ethics case legal fee deductible to the New Jersey Schools Insurance Group, which is the insurance company paying the legal fees for the cases. Thank the company's claims examiner, Mr. Anthony Fernandez, and his staff for consolidating our 4 claims into 1 deductible instead of 4. Each case could have cost a deductible of $5,000, making the district's expense $20,000. Instead, the New Jersey Schools Insurance Group is making it just one $5,000 deductible. My husband and I gave this some thought, and I'm going to be giving the district the $5,000 over the next 5 months. The first payment goes to the district tomorrow morning for $1,000. The check is already written. I never intended to cost the district any money. My door is always open to any member of the public who would like to know more about these still pending ethics cases. The cases are all scheduled for probable cause hearings on Tuesday, June 23rd. Anyone who wants to may call in to listen. The information is available on the NJDOE School Ethics website, How to Call In. Our next meeting will be on Monday, July 20th, starting at 6 p.m. I do hope it's in person, and thank you to everyone listening in tonight. Your attendance is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Mrs. Downing.
Thank you, Mrs. DeSenza. Mr. Scanlon, would you like to go next, please?
Thank you, Mrs. Downing. I would first of all like to congratulate the Seniors of the Month and the Unsung Hero. This is a little tough time to be the Senior of the Month, a combination of the COVID virus and leaving. As our seniors leave Lacey High, I'd like to wish them success and happiness in all that they do. I'd like to remind them that life's experience are best enjoyed when you're involved and when you take part in the learning and doing new things. Be well and be happy. In terms of business, as on our school funding litigation, there's a lengthy thing there. It's about 4 paragraphs, and it starts out on October 15th, 2018. We joined a lawsuit trying to get the state to reestablish our state funding, and we've joined in with other towns. And now, as we move down the line, we need to up the amount that we're putting in that. We started out, if you look at it, at $10,000, and little by little we've been increasing it. And although it says 30,000, what it is we're increasing our limit to 30,000. We're not putting $30,000 into it tonight. It's just increasing the limit that we may have to expend. We're in this to the point now where we don't want to drop out of the lawsuit, because if it were to be successful, or if the state were to decide to settle, they'll be settling with the people that are involved. So we need to stay in that, hopefully regain some of our lost state aid. Thank you, Mrs. Downing.
Thank you, Mr. Scanlon. Mr. Peters, would you like to go next?
Yes, thank you, President Downing. I'm going to start off with, I got a lot to talk about here. Keenan Gonzalez, Lithuania for soccer. That's unbelievable. Senior of the month. Congratulations on that. Good luck in college in England. Laura DeAngelis, karate, church, teen art competitions, origamis, blood drive. You have just impressed. That was an unbelievable resume, and I'm sure you're going to go really, really far places with that. And what bothers me the most is with this remote meetings is that I cannot see the parents and the smile on their face when their son or daughter's name is called. That really affects me a lot. That's one real positive thing that I enjoy being on the school board, is seeing the parents' success stories in person rather than seeing a video. Rylan, STEM, physics lab, just these guys just really, really, really did phenomenal with that. So congratulations to all the 2020 seniors. I'm looking forward to this graduation in July and seeing people in person. As far as facilities committee, we have a lot of work going on in the schools right now. Right now, we are upgrading the old circuit breakers at Forked River School. They were original. The high school, the middle school, Winoka Harbor School, and Cedar Creek School, all of the stages are being sanded and refinished. I know for a fact the high school was the original floor there. They're being done. We had to spend some money this month. Mr. Riggs, myself, and Mr. Scanlon went through this profusely with Mr. DeGeorge. Right now, our grounds department's running on equipment that's in need of a replacement. Some of the stuff here has almost 7,000 hours on the equipment. So kudos to the past ground guys for maintaining the equipment that long. We have stuff from 1997 we can't even get parts for. Mr. DeGeorge informed me that, and I myself did research on it. This Woods Rotary PTO drive aspect. It's a new machine for cutting all the grass. And right now, we currently, our grounds department, thanks to them, we have over 750 acres between all the schools that they are maintaining. So thank you for them. Ms. DeSenza, as far as your bill and paying that attorney's fee, we really appreciate that. But you know, if you don't violate the ethics charges and you don't have a problem with that, then that doesn't have to happen. Thanks for doing that. We really appreciate that. And I just have a question for you. Speaking of this Public Records Act and public records, which you mentioned, you know, I was on that site the other day and I see that you Oprah requested all of Mrs. Downing's emails. Did you try reaching out to her? Because all these Oprah requests are taking time from our superintendent, taking time from our business administrator, processing all that, and not able to do that job. Did you actually physically ask her what you're looking for when you sent this Oprah request in? That's a question I'd like to have to find out about.
No, I didn't.
Okay, did you think
Too many
because
things to go over.
you're talking about costing money and trying to save the district money and you're donating money back, but did you realize how much money you're costing pulling Mrs. Clark, Dr.
It's
Clark?
not as expensive as you think, Mr. Peters, okay?
Well,
Mrs. DeSenza, excuse me, Mr. Peters, Mrs. DeSenza, if you want to see my emails, I'd be happy to sit down with you. You can look through my whole computer. I don't know what you were looking.
But it's 6 months worth.
Well, I'm free. I'm retired.
I didn't know that.
Go ahead, Mr. Peters. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I just don't understand how she's inviting the public to speak with her at any time to come talk about these charges, and she has all this free time to do that. And I just don't understand why she couldn't ask you, you know, and doing the Oprah request which it's her opportunity to do that, but she talks about saving money, saving money, saving money. Then she's jamming up Mr. DeGeorge and Miss Clark going through all that process. So I'm just let my feelings out on how I
It's
feel
the
about it.
law.
But it's also, as a board, we're supposed to work together as a
And I'm
board,
trying.
all of us. Correct? We're
Then-
supposed to send these emails out all the time about us collaborating and working together. And then I realize you say it's a law, but then it's like you're going behind her, Miss Downing, without even asking her and saying,
But I
I'm
hear from no one.
sorry?
I don't hear from anyone when I send out.
Did you physically reach out to Miss Downing and ask her and she denied it before you did the open request?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But you're
saying
welcome
you don't hear
to
from
join
anybody,
me.
but you have to
I
reach out to
didn't
them.
know. Okay, I'm sorry.
So
Yeah, well, Regina, you're welcome to call me anytime.
let's
Ask
work
whatever
together
you
as a
want.
team.
Mr.
Because when you start
Peters?
doing stuff like that, we don't feel like a team. We're trying to work together.
I've been
So,
trying for 6 years.
Well, you obviously you didn't because you didn't reach out to Miss Downing.
Mr. Peters, let's move on, okay, please?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say. Congratulations again to all the seniors. Great job. One special thing. This graduation ceremony, this virtual graduation ceremony that they did, Miss Stevenson surrounded me, Brittany Fontanelli, Aaron Taskin, Mike Pierce, Jeremy Merman, all the admin, Tom Lytle, I know you worked on that too. Thank you guys. It was absolutely awesome. Again, I'm looking forward to the one in reality. I'm glad we did both to include the students that are going off in the military, that we could recognize them. They wouldn't be able to attend, or whether they're going off to college or whatever it might be, or vacation out. They had some type of closure with all this crazy thing that's going on. And good luck, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Peters. Mrs. McAvoy, sorry. I lost my best. Mrs. McAvoy.
Thanks, President Downing. We had a curriculum meeting this month. Mrs. Downing, Mr. Polino, Dr. Clark, Mr. Decker, and I were in attendance. We discussed summer assignments for the middle school and the high school honors program. We spoke about the Fast Forward summer program. We spoke about Summer Online Learning Academy, and we reviewed a proposal from Mr. Decker for summer professional development for teachers, all staff that includes technology. So I think that's a wonderful proposal because of what's going on and us not sure what's going on. It's wonderful for the staff to get more technology professional development. All the curriculum minutes, as all the minutes are online if anybody wants to read more. Every month I spotlight students for the last 4 years, and it doesn't matter when the students graduated, it's just anyone that went to Lacey Township High School. So this month we have Keith McKenzie, who graduated in the class of 2003. He's an engineer and project manager for Weeks Marine, and he's had that job since 2007. He got his master's degree in ocean engineering from Stevens. He moved to Hawaii, and he's back in New Jersey with his wife, Dr. Sherry McKenzie, who graduated in the class of 2002. And we also have Lieutenant Gary Brandt of the New Jersey State Police. He graduated Lacey Township High School in 1988. He's the unit head of the Infrastructure Protection Unit with the Critical Infrastructure Bureau for the State Police. This is a regional operations intelligence center, which is the state's fusion center. Recently, Gary served as the COVID-19 Intelligence and Investigations Section Chief, during which his duties were to coordinate all intelligence and investigation efforts related to COVID-19 operations. Gary, we thank you for your service. I want to congratulate all the seniors, incredible honors, incredible awards. Kian Gonzalez, I want to tell your mom if she needs a travel partner to England, I'll be going with her. Congratulations, that academic night, scholarship night was incredible. Mr. Brandis, Mr. Dowd, Mr. Angelo, Mr. Merman, Mr. Lytle, you guys did a fantastic job. Very, very impressed with what you put on. Congratulations to the 254 seniors who received their diplomas. Anxiously awaiting July 10th to see everybody in person. And Cedar Creek School, that's amazing. And you're teaching the students about sustainability. at the same time as winning the awards. And I want to give a special recognition to Kelly Smith. Kelly runs Alex's Lemonade stand in town with a lot of the students. They just received a special award for the top fundraising in 2019. And I know we've had Kelly Smith and her daughter and other students come forward in the past, but she just received this award and it's phenomenal. And that's about all I have for tonight. Thank you, President Downing.
Thank you, Mrs. McAvoy. Mr. Polino.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Got a little connection problems here. So I just want to congratulate our seniors of the month, our valedictorian, our salutatorian, Madison and Jenna. Great accomplishments. I want to congratulate, Ms. DeSenza, congratulations on your son's graduation from the academy. That's truly an honor. So congratulations to him and you on that great accomplishment. I just want to thank our administration for their hard work, ending the school year, working on the virtual graduation stuff that he did on the 12th. Scholarship night, I want to congratulate all our scholarship winners. And I want to thank my fellow board members for their continued diligent hard work on all the committees and everything we're doing. Some good stuff is going on. Looking forward to the graduation. And I just want to end my comments. Actually, before I end, I just want to congratulate Mrs. Renuska and her staff over at Cedar Creek. Truly, that's a great accomplishment there. And thank you for getting that money and sharing with the district and doing some good stuff around the district. We greatly appreciate that. I walk my dog in the area of Cedar Creek when all this recycling goes on. I see cars driving up behind and throwing stuff in the garbage. I says, what are people doing dumping in our garbage cans? I says, that's going to cost us money. And then I realized that they were doing a recycling program. So I thank the public for getting on board with this. So it's truly a great thing for our district. One thing I do want to add and end up with, I work over in the beach a couple days a week as an officer in Seaside, and I'm beginning to get worried. I don't see a whole lot of social distancing going on the boardwalks, in the restaurant areas, the establishments, and I'm concerned. I think we're going to see a great spike in our virus cases in the next 2 weeks. And I'm concerned because it's going to affect us come September. So I'm begging the public and asking everybody to please don't relax on this. Wear your masks if you're out in public. Stay 6 feet away from each other. Wash your hands. I think if you see, since it's gotten nice out, we're going to see a huge spike and increase in numbers. And I'm really concerned for the returning of our students in the school year. Stay safe, stay well. Have a great summer. Looking forward to graduation. Thank you, Mrs. Downing.
Thank you, Mr. Polino. Vice President Riggs.
Thank you very much, President Downing. So as far as policy went this month, we didn't have any. We didn't really have anything to talk about in policy. We didn't have anything to update. So all we're doing is, if you see any policies on the agenda tonight, it's just our second read and adoptions. But I wanted to talk about something else. I'm surprised nobody else dipped into it because we're starting to get into that season now. Almost time for people to make the decision if they're going to run for the Board of Education. So they will give you they'll give you the basic minimum requirements. You got to be able to read and write. You got 10 signatures. You got to be, taxpayer to the town. You got to live here. That's the basic minimum requirements. And now for the real requirements, what it's going to take to do this job. All right. So they're going to tell you 1 meeting a month. And that's 3 years of your life. So there's 36 meetings. That's not going to end there, though, because you're most likely going to end up on at least one committee. So make that 72 meetings. Maybe make it 2 committees you're going to be on. So now we're up to 108. Let's not forget about, you've got self-evaluations. You've got superintendent evaluations. You've got mandatory training to do. You've got, what else do we got? We got a board retreat we got to worry about. There's so many hours that are involved with this. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of hours of your life. If you don't think that that's for you, don't put your name down on that piece of paper. Because once you're committed to it, don't happen to me where you go, hey, I'll run for it. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm not going to win. And then people vote for you, and now you got to do the job. I'm not saying it's a bad job. It can be extremely rewarding for somebody out there. I don't know who you are if you're listening right now. And it's not going to be for someone else to tell you or ask you to come and do it, because after you win or after you get on the board, it's going to be you sitting in that seat for the next 3 years of your life. So you got to know how to talk to people. You got to know how to talk to the other 6 members of the board. You have to understand what your role is. Again, rewarding, absolutely. If you're trying to use it as some kind of stepping stone, hey, I'm going to do this job because it looks good on my resume, or hey, I'm going to do this because I want to jump to the next step. Probably not for you. I think you should keep on moving. So the right people are out there. It's just up to them to actually ask yourself. Don't let anybody ask you. Think about it, kick it around, and then ask yourself, is this what I want to do? You know what? Take a chance too, because you can talk yourself out of it very easily and go, well, look, maybe it's not the right time or something like that. It's never going to be the right time, for all these things to line up. Just do it if that's what you want to do. So that's it. That's my advice to you going forward. It's hundreds and hundreds of hours, and it's not exactly, the job is not going to be anything like you think it is. If you're coming through the door and I'm going to do these massive changes and do this and do that, you got to work with 6 other people. Change is slow when it happens. It can be rewarding, but you got to be very patient and you got to be able to work with people. And that's all I got to say about that. So good luck to whoever you are out there. Thank you, President Downing.
Thank you, Mr. Riggs. And my comments are the same as what everyone else says. But before, I want to congratulate our students of the month, our valedictorian, the salutatorian, and more importantly, the whole class of 2020. You are an inspiration to us as adults, and you are role models for those that are younger than you. You've been through a heck of a few months, these past few months, but yet there you are out there cheering each other on and happy as can be. So we want to congratulate you, and we look forward to a graduation on July 10th. I think Mr. Brandis and Mr. Merman, Mr. England, all the people that were involved in making the videos, kudos to you. You did a fantastic job. And I know the effort you put into it, the hours that you spent, the lack of sleep over the last couple of months. So congratulations to you all. I also want to thank, we are in the process, we just finished up RFPs for board attorney, and we are going to have, on June 25th, we're going to have interviews. They will be public. It will be a special meeting. So anyone that wants to jump on and watch the process, you may. I want to thank the committee, the RFP committee, for the hours you put into it. Mr. Riggs, Mr. Scanlon, sorry, and Mrs. McAvoy. Rob, Ed, Donna, do you want to say anything about the process at all so far?
Yeah, it's good that we're going back and doing it the way we're doing it, because I don't feel that with 3 people, the way that we did it, you get a true representation of what everyone would feel across the board. Although it is a good, spot test to see what's going on out there, it is better to have everybody's input and see where everybody goes. What we did is we kind of mapped everything on a scorecard or a scattergram, and then kind of compared them all across the line. It all kind of looked the same, but it would have been interesting to see what times 7 would have looked like. So, there was more work to be done, and I don't think we had enough time to do what we did. So that was it.
Okay, thank you. And I want to thank Mr. Riggs also for the guiding the board members for the superintendent's evaluation. That's all complete now, done. Cross that off your list. Good job. The PTA, the Excellence, the $5,000 award for Cedar Creek PTA, and then their $35,000 award for their recycling rally. Wonderful things. Great, as I think Mrs. DeSenza said, great for the kids. And let's see, what else? I just want to remind everyone that July 10th is the high school. You can watch it on streaming YouTube, I believe. And July 13th is the middle school. And as Dr. Clark said earlier, the middle school virtual graduation will be on Wednesday at 6:00 p.m. I guess we shouldn't call it a graduation. I guess we should call it a ceremony. I want to wish everyone a very happy summer. As Mr. Polino said, please be safe, wear those masks, wash those hands. We want to get back to school in September, so please follow all the rules so we can all stay healthy. Thank you, everyone. Have a happy summer. At that, we're going to move on to new business. Okay, could I have a motion, please, for A, new business items 1 through 84?
Move.
Donna and Regina?
It's 1 to 83.
83, you're right, sorry.
Something
1 to
was removed.
Yep. So Donna made a motion, Regina seconded it?
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Right, Mrs. Downing, before roll call, for the sole purpose that we have probably 3 times the number of resolutions in this section of the agenda for the benefit of those who might be tuning in for the first time. Tonight is the way we organize ourselves to face the new school year from a finance and facilities operational perspective. Remember back in January, as we do every January, the board adopts various resolutions at its annual reorganization meeting so that the board can conduct its business. They nominate officers, they adopt code of ethics, they schedule board meetings, so on and so forth. In June, the board adopts resolutions which are intended to permit it to function, as I said, financially and operationally in the coming school year. So you're going to see resolutions that pertain to final bills lists between now and the next regular meeting, a little bit of information on pending completion of the audit of this 2019-2020 year, the way that the board can, the options it has to recapitulate its fund balance or reorganize its fund balance. There are resolutions that are related to the grants that we get. They're all in one section. Tonight, they're in number 9 through 17. And we try to lump them together by category for a purpose to make them tell a story about grants. As Mr. Peters and Mr. Riggs kind of alluded to, items 18 through 21 are facilities related, award of a contract here or there. 22 through 24 are insurance related, a couple of items on food services, a bunch on technology, primarily really the renewal of the software applications that we need from a technology perspective to run our district. There are 4 or 5 resolutions related to curriculum and instruction of important note, and I know that Dr. Clark and Mr. Decker are very proud of this, that we were able to use some funds in the next budget to purchase new curriculum, specifically a biology and mathematics curriculum for grades 6 through 8, much needed in order for us to maintain adherence to the New Jersey student learning standards. There are other resolutions which pertain to participating in random drug testing, which is something the district did a couple years ago. Others to purchase goods and services, the cooperatives that we belong to, the state agencies that we belong to, and a couple related to sundry items such as designating personnel to handle the Oprah request that I know Mr. Peters alluded to. I appreciate, Mrs. Downing, the opportunity to take the time to explain that. And now, if I can, I will call the roll for items 1 through 83.
Thank you.
Mr. Scanlon.
Unmute.
You have to unmute, Mr.
I
Oh, there
got
you
it.
go.
Excuse me, I'll try that again.
No worries.
Okay, on item 3, payment of bills, I'm going to abstain because my work schedule prevented me from being able to review the bills. Item 61, the labor attorney. I feel the appointment of legal services should be made at the same time as the appointment of all the legal services should be appointed at the same time. And for that reason, I'm going to vote no on number 61, the labor attorney, and no on number 62, the special education attorney. And I vote yes on the rest of the items. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Mr. Peters.
I'm going to vote yes, but I have to abstain on page 12, item number 27, 173251, and yes to everything else.
Thanks, sir. Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes, I'm going to vote yes. And Mr. Scanlon, I do appreciate what your vote is, and I would love to revisit that in the future because I like where you're coming from with that. But I'm voting yes to all.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Polino.
Okay, yes, but I'm going to abstain on 61, and 62, and 63. And I do agree with Mr. Scanlon. I know where he's going with this, and I agree with it. And hopefully in the near future, we can kind of bring everything under one umbrella, but I'm going to abstain on that right now.
Mr. Polino, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that the agenda was revised a little bit. And 63 now is the architect of record. Are you intending to abstain on that as well, sir?
No, I apologize for that. I didn't see that change. So no, I'll go yes on that.
Okay, so it's 61 and 62. Everything else is yes, correct?
Yes.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Mrs. DeSenza?
Yes, with several exceptions. Item 2 on the list of bills, nay on 953579, 953806, 953204, 529875, 952386, and 953828. No on number 8, no on number 60. And I'm abstaining on item 70, and it's not for conflict.
Okay, Mrs. DeSenza, as is your custom, would you mind emailing me all of those?
I will send you the list, yes.
Sir, we appreciate that, ma'am. Mr. Riggs?
I am a yes across the board.
Thank you. Mrs. Downey?
Okay, I'm going to vote yes. I'm going to abstain, however, on number 2, list of bills. The following items, 950450, that would be Dr. Clark. 953821, that would be Mr. Decker. Item 524950, Mr. King, and item 951390, Mr. Medeski, all for conflict. Also, I'm going to abstain on 951699, Toms River Schools. And then in A, also number 46, annual appointments for Dr. Clark and Mr. Decker, I have to abstain.
Thank you. Thanks for your patience on that section of the agenda.
Okay, moving on. B, a donation of library, B, donations. We have a donation of library books from Michael Egoff.
Move.
Second.
Mr. Riggs and Mrs. McAvoy, correct?
Yes.
Is that it? Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon?
Yes.
Mr. Peters?
Yes, and thank you.
Mrs. McAvoy?
Yes.
Mr. Polino?
Yes, thank you.
Mrs. DeSenza?
Yes, and thank you very much.
Mr. Riggs?
Yes.
And Mrs. Downing, yes.
Mr. Riggs, were you a yes?
I was.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear. Maybe I blacked out there for a second. Mrs. Downing?
That's your final
Yes.
answer.
Yes, and thank you. Okay, C, programs and curriculum.
Motion.
Is there a second? Okay. Who seconded it? Riggs? Okay. Mr. Riggs. Roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon,
Yes.
Mr. Peters,
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy,
Yes.
Mr. Polino,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes.
Mr. Riggs,
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. Item D, professional days and workshops. Could I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion.
Frank, Regina, second.
Okay.
Roll call?
Mr. Scanlon,
Yes.
Mr. Peters,
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
I need to abstain. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Polino,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes, Mrs. McAvoy, could you share any PowerPoint from that program on June 3rd, if you have one?
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Riggs,
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. E, certificated personnel, items 1 through 11. And I want to congratulate Karen Van Gorder for her retirement. Could I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Ed?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Okay, Donna? Roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon,
Yes.
Mr. Peters, oops, sorry.
Yes, and congratulations to all
Yes,
the
sir.
retirees.
Mrs. McAvoy,
Yes.
Mr. Polino,
Yes, I'd like to say congratulations to Ms. Van Gorder. And I'm sad to see Ms. Bove go. I want to thank her for her hard work at the elementary level. She's going to be a loss to our system. Thank you.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes.
Mr. Riggs,
I'm a yes, but I'm going to abstain on number 3, please.
thank you. Mrs. Downing,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, F, non-certificated personnel, items 1 through 4. Motion, please.
Motion. Motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon,
Yes.
Peters,
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy,
Yes.
Mr. Polino,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes.
Mr. Riggs,
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes. Mr. DeGeorge, do we have any add-ons?
Yes, ma'am, we have one. It is entitled Extension of Long-Term Suspension of Student and reads as follows. Move that the board approve the extension of the suspension of student ID number 906264 until the date of the next regular Board of Education meeting to be held on Monday, July 20, 2020.
Could I have a motion, please?
Motion. Okay.
Who was the other one? Ed, was that you?
No, it was me. Skip.
Okay, Regina and Skip,
Yes, ma'am.
roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon,
Yes.
Mr. Peters,
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy,
Yes.
Mr. Polino,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes.
Mr. Riggs,
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
That is all I have.
Anything else? Okay. Nothing else, Dr. Clark? We good?
I have nothing else.
Okay, thank you. Could I have a motion then to adjourn the meeting,
I
please?
move we adjourn.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting adjourned. Be safe, everyone.
Stay well.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Good night. Thank you.
Graduation.
Good night.
Yes, see you all at graduation.
Good night.
Good night.